And I believe I am live. Happy Monday night. Let's see if it's true. Let's change the thumbnail so I can be with you. Let's see if it takes less than 10 minutes. Oh, my goodness, what a chore. Any more than 10 minutes and I'll be a friggin' bore. Let's B-O-R-E, not B-O-A-R. Okay? All right, we got that saved. We're going to test tonight and see how you and I together are going to test our new and improved Streamlabs together. Doesn't it feel like forever since I've been live? Isn't it crazy? Isn't that insane? Let's see if I can bring myself up here. Waiting for people to tell me, we can't hear you, Rosie. No volume, no nothing. Let's see what we got. Let me turn it. Yes, I hear myself. And good evening, everybody. Jero. Hello, Ilva. Lucky Beans. Vanessa. How you doing, sweetheart? Big score. Susie. My girl and Joe Smith. If I missed anybody, apologies to you. The day was okay today. The Lisa Marie strikes back. That's the big story tonight. So happy to see all of you tonight. Let me just make sure. I went up on the pole today. Okay, I wasn't pole dancing. I lied. All right, I went up on the ladder today. Okay, for the first time in quite a while. I was so sick and tired of this Streamlabs. I got the extension ladder out today, the old broad. And I climbed up there and I disconnected the connection, took it out, cleaned it up, regrounded it and everything. So I don't know how it's going to go. I did a test stream on the Rosie McNamara channel today. And it went for 4 hours, 4.5 hours before it was dropped. How you doing, Craig? Thank you. Love that hat. Yeehaw. You know what's so funny today? Yeah, I was reading my comments today. I know it's your birthday, Miguel. I saw your video, okay? So I'm gonna sing to you, Miguel. Feliz cumpleaños, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miguel in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ooh, happy birthday to you. I know you want me to be your present today, so here I am for you. Happy birthday. Hello, Toots. Vicky, nice to see you. Yes, it is. Thank you for being yeehaw. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm a legend on the floor of the franchise up there. The Ford Motor Company in Dearborn, Michigan. Ain't that right? Yeah, man. Nice to see you. Yeah, Miguel's birthday, and I'm already off the air. Already off. Already off. Ah, shoot. Uh, hello, phone. Son of a. Son of a. Shoot. I give up, man. This thing is so ridiculous. Oh, we see you. We see you. I don't know. Yeah, I'm online. Who knows, man? Good thing you didn't. Good thing you didn't get me open mic again. No, I don't know if I'm on or not. Skip frames detected. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Good thing I didn't lose it again. Let me see here. Well, we I managed. Did I manage to get a reconnection? That would be the first time in the history of the world. Maybe that adjustment worked. Let's see. Did we save the day? Yeehaw. Yeah. Am I still live? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let us see. This is more exciting than having a baby, I'm telling you. Let me see here. Um yeah, we actually reconnected here. Okay. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Let's get that back over there and see how you doing, Kiwana. I can't believe I'm not booted out on my ass tonight, and I got so much to talk about. Okay, let's get that set up there. Missy, how you doing today, honey? Thoughts and prayers. Hipster heaven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice to see you. Once in a while, I might freeze up, but I made a few adjustments today. I climbed up the ladder. This Streamlabs, as you know, is very temperamental, live and in color. Is the new chair comfortable? Woo! Woo! The new chair is great. Oh, I love the new chair. Oh, yeah. The new chair is fantastic. Thank you, Tammy. My world in OKC. It is. It is great. Walks with the righteous. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me tell you, hipster heaven, if you're ever down in Florida, look me up. I'll take you all around to the beach. I will share my Roku with you. Huh? Hello, everybody. Nice to see you tonight. Okay. Springsteen just called. Yeah, why not, baby? Do I am like a boss, aren't I? Do 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 do. Alan Golden is wildest dreams. Can't tap that, huh? Hey, Tom Finland, how you doing? How you doing? Once again, I don't know if Miguel is here. Happy birthday to you, Miguel. I'm usually so disappointed when I see the little red, when I see the little red thing down in the corner. It usually means I'm disconnected and I'm not gonna be reconnected. But it did. Bling bling. Thank you, honey. That's the bling that you sent me. I love that little bit of cowgirl bling there tonight. All right, what do we got to talk about here? This thing has been a battle. I'm not going to talk about it for long. I know y'all don't want to hear about this BS with this crap. It's unforgivable. I know to be months and months and months. It's as painful as restoring the Lisa Marie. I know that. So, but it is what it is. Will the man, the myth, the legend be blessing us with his presence? I'm not sure who that is. Thank you, Deb. Thank you very much, sweetie. I'm feeling good tonight. It's a Monday night. Why do I feel, hi, Kiwana. Why do I feel like I haven't been online in like a week or so live streaming? Like maybe because today I was working on the rig and I didn't go live. Even though our weather was pretty good here. And the really good news, after a little bit of rain, I think tomorrow we're gonna be sunny and in the mid to upper 60s, low 70s for this foreseeable future. So I am really happy. Mouse toes, very nice, honey, using those crescent rolls to make that dish tonight. If you guys haven't checked out my gal Mouse Toes, great cook. And also Kiwana doing her power shopping with $300. I think it was $300 power shopping gets you. Hop Frog, how are you? It does seem like it's been forever, doesn't it, Brooke? And in the meantime, I've been up the ladder, up the pole. I disconnected the connection on the cable. I cleaned it all up. I regrounded it. I put silicone around the connection, not from here, from the tube. Oh, how you doing, Jen? Jen, yeah, I missed you guys too. Missed you guys to rocking the cowgirl. Oh, girl, I need one of you girls to make my pigtails here for sorority brat Rosie here, something like that with the with the pigtail. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, and the Hop Frog shows. Nothing like Hop Frog. How you doing, Laura? Nice to see you. Nice to see you tonight. I don't know if Missy is here. Missy, if you're out there, I was thinking about your dad today. I know I was screwing around with the connections here, wondering if I was staying up or down. And I just want to give a shout out. I hope your dad is doing okay on their pink pigtails. There you go. Hey, Craig, how are you? Nice to see you. Now, hey, Jay. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, let's get to the main event here. You guys are going to mouse toes. You better cover your ears because you want to. How you doing, Missy? Thoughts to your dad, honey, and thoughts for the Kansas City Chiefs coming up. Choochin, how you doing, Ginger? Mouse toes, my long-suffering moderator here. You better cover your ears because you're not going to like what you hear next. Remember Mouse Toes? Mouse Toes famous two words yesterday. Does anybody know what they are in relation to doing the van restoration on the release and re? Do you remember what Mouse Toes' biggest fear was as the Mouse Toes, two words that Mouse Toes. How you doing, Nature Woman? Two words that drive Mouse Toes absolutely out of her mind. I'm gonna wait and hear if she answers because she's gonna be so mad. Look at this, damn it! She knows. Look at that. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me. Mouse Toes is gonna take that wrench, fling it through the screen, right into Mission Creep. Yes, there it is. Mission Creep. Mission Creep. Do you know what Mission Creep was? When you get I don't know whether it came out of Lockheed or the military, right? You'd be assigned to do, build this rocket or whatever, and then they come to you halfway through. Well, we want this rocket to be able to land on the moon. Like, what the fuck? Really? Do you want it to learn to play bridge too? Yeah, 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 yeah. Let it do all that stuff. And not only do you got to land on the moon, but yeah, you got to bring the people back from the moon too. So you got to blast off from the moon and meet up with the rocket. Yeah, spinning in space like two bullets hitting from 50 miles away, right? You got to make it perfect. Anyway, Mouse Toes, this is going to be, yeah, what have you been sipping on? I know I'm happy. This is really going to make you mad. I was working with Marshall today and we're putting up the trim pieces that he covered, right? And we're working up in the headliner area up front. We're putting a really, really long strip on and it's going good. We're going right up from the kitchen forward. We get up to the front part and I've carefully punched out the vinyl to put the screws through, right? But we come to a point where the screws just aren't quite aligned properly with the hole. You know, it happens, right? So I decide to get the drill. I'm going to make a new hole, right? To put one of those nice buttons on the thing, right? And Mouse Toes, hold on to your seat. Hold on to your seat, honey. I thought that the little bit of material hanging down from the headliner was clear when I put the drill bit through the vinyl trim piece to make a hole behind it. Took that drill, that Ryobi drill, and I put the power to it, and that whole headliner on the ceiling, on the whole passenger side, wrapped around the drill bit and pulled a big chunk of material. It pulled a huge chunk of material off of the headliner, and there was a big wooden. There was a big gap the size of a football, and, and I pulled the drill bit out. And I'm like, Marshall, we've got a problem here. And he's like, what, oh my God, you did. You destroyed my headline. And all of a sudden, this change came over him. It's like, he's like, Rosie, I can't, we've redone the coach now. I can't have people see this. His whole demeanor went from gloomy to all of a sudden he was Sally cheery. He's like, yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess we're going out tomorrow to pick up some more vinyl to fix the thing. I thought, son of a gun, I didn't want to drop this thing down and have to do that. I know, way to go. I'm just telling you, no, Missy, he was as happy as a pig, and you know what? Because all of a sudden he did the math. He put two and two together. Let's put two and two together. Hey, I can't, Rosie's not going to allow people to see the coach with a big tear at the right hand side. I mean, the headliner was like tissue anyway, right? It was hanging down, the adhesive it all gone, and it wrapped around there, and it just. So he put two and two together, and he's like, yeah, okay, well, knowing you, Rosie, this is not going to stand. Okay, we'll cover it. It only took 5 minutes to to drop the thing. We got it prepped in the garage. We'll get the vinyl tomorrow. But I thought to myself, how in the heck am I ever gonna live this down with mouse toes when if she sees, I better just break it gently. And I came out. No, it's not going to be another month on the van. I thought I better come clean tonight and just tell you guys. My heart sank when that material. I thought it was clear the drill bit. I had it pulled back, but it snagged some of that, and it just. Is Mouse Hose here or is she resigned? Yeah, it was one of those happy accents. Yes, I need to Chooch. Well, it's only a straight piece. It's no big deal. I don't know. The marine vinyl's like 18 bucks a yard, and then you got all the discount coupons that like Joanne Fabrics gives you. It ends up being 40% off or something like that. All the prep work is done. Just slap the shit on and be done. But I was so mad uh, today, and he was so happy. And yeah, all of a sudden he was really, really cheerful. The flooring has already been ordered, so it should be here in a couple days. We cut the panel for most of the panel for the rear bed, so it was a good day today. I didn't go live. Hello, Snickerdoodle. So yeah, I know Mouse Toes was gonna be. No, I was ashamed to. The material was so raggedy. Every bit of adhesive that previously held the headliner on had decomposed to like a yellow grit. So he had to go out there with the plastic scraper to scrape all that crap off, and I don't know. It was a nightmare. The wood was bad above it, the light and all that. They put an extra piece there. You don't want to hear all that kind of. Why so much white in there? Well, there's going to be a white headliner up front, I guess. I guess white Missy makes it look more spacious. I don't know, but I have to come clean to Mouse Toes. I have to admit, because she and I know you guys are going to be really mad, but most of the work is done. Okay, it's an easy flat panel, no big deal. It's going to take about 20 minutes to a half hour, and it will be done. Yeah, it will be nicer. It will be nicer in there. It's called coin flooring. It's going to be interesting, and believe it or not, we're very close to the end. Just putting the top on the kitchenette and a few little doodads, a closet door. We got the accordion door, and it's basically a done deal. A little more trim around, and that's it. It's gonna. And so we're still very much on target. But the result is that Marshall has to reach into his pocket yet again and get some materials. We're also going to need another piece of MDF. It just wasn't quite big enough for that. Him and white's not a good match. I guess it'll be, yeah, bounty. It'll be they call it cuckoo's nest white up there. So at least it'll be on the headliner, and the headliner is about a foot above the head, so it should be okay. Lav, how are you? Nice to see you. Um, yeah. The glare from the sun will blind him. It's gonna be bright in there. It's gonna be bright. What's coin flooring? Where does it come from? Coin flooring came out of the automotive industry. It was a flooring that was developed with raised like circles on it, and they can be anywhere from an inch in diameter to 2 inches, 3 inches in diameter. Raised little coins, raised little circles of the floor. And what that allowed to do in the automotive industry, even if there was grease or something around, you wouldn't slip on the floor. These edges of the coins would catch your feet. So they're very durable material. They're easy to keep clean. I believe it's relatively easy to install. It comes in a 7 foot wide by 17 foot roll, so it should be okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, Brenda. Yeah, thank you. Nobody's making videos showing how to up the I almost fan give himself Joe Smith. Well, it's his van. I don't, I'm not. Yeah, it's non-slip flooring. So I'm not much on, on yeah, I mean it's his van. He's done a lot of work on it, and I'm happy if it's a Marshall credit run. It's fine. It's like I've done my stuff. There'll be future stuff coming up too. Yeah. So yeah, how to do this and how to that. We're dealing with very big egos here down on the Boyd, right? So yeah, that's what Mouse Toes said. God, please don't let there be mission creep on this job. If it was something more complicated, I would have said, hey man, just rip down the whole headliner and just get a paintbrush and just paint it white. And be done with it. So that's the flooring that's going to go in. Missy's keeping a track of Missy's got the mission log out there. God, I love Missy and Lavender. They are a hoot. Are the cat? Yeah. How you doing, Mel? So yeah, we cut out the main big panel, and of course it's a challenge because the bed is wider at one end than it is at the other by something like 3 inches. So it came out pretty good. We have one panel's 2/3 and the other one will be 1/3 above the storage area. So it'll be easy to access that one. Unfortunately, weren't able to make it with the existing material we had, so we're going to have to buy I hope we can get a 4x4 sheet if we can, if we're forced to get a whole sheet of MDF. It's not expensive, but just cut the whole piece out, I guess. I don't know how to that redo it. So I know we want out the van. Shake those money makers. Yes. Yeehaw. How you doing, Sal? Nice to see you. There is good news. There is good news. I think tomorrow night we're going to get. Let me check the weather real quick before I shoot off my mouth. Okay, let me check the weather. See what it's going to do. I know we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to come in about 7, but it'll be done by about noon. So I would tell you guys tomorrow night, I'd like to go down to Petaluma and do some chooching. I've not been down to Petaluma in a year. It's a great town to walk around. Some of you have been on a lot of epic chooches with me. It'll be a lot better than Reno. There'll probably be more people on the streets. So tomorrow, probably going to head down about 4 o'clock or so, weather permitting, and do some walking, get some dinner down there, something very light to eat, and I think we'll have a good time walking the streets of Petaluma. if Marshall decides to go, it'll be a chance for him to really explore. He's been here for 3 months and he really hasn't seen anything of the local area here at all. So we will see. Yeah, now try not to break anything yet. How you doing, Dave? So, Choochin tomorrow night should be great. Okay, that'll probably be on the Rosie Murphy channel. I can't be sure yet, but make sure you are subscribed to the Rosie Murphy channel. Okay, so it's going to be a good time. It's a great town. It's really cool. Expect some surprises too. You remember Sarah? She lives down in Petaluma, and she has stream sniped me on two different occasions with one time with me and one time with Missy Jen. So maybe she'll pop out. Maybe she'll pop out tomorrow. It is a gorgeous town. Okay, it's well lit at night, and we'll have a good time. And then probably just later tonight, I'll do a little. Tomorrow night, I'll do an adult hangout or something like that. So it is a great town for Choochin. I think that you guys will really enjoy it. There's so many fun things. I don't know. I don't think Petaluma Pete will be down there, the piano player that hangs around the streets. But it's a really cool town that managed to survive the 1906 earthquake for some reason or another. The fire destroyed San Francisco. The earthquake just leveled Santa Rosa in per capita. It was much more loss of life and destruction. But strangely, Petaluma was between those 2 points and it didn't sustain any damage at all in the earthquake. So the town is much the way it was back in the 1890s with the iron front thing. So it's going to be the cast iron fronts and all that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I know Tom Finland. You love that. You love that street chooching. It's a very, very cool town, and it's an easy town to walk 2 miles. You got the Petaluma River, and if we head down at about 4 o'clock, we have plenty of opportunity to have plenty of light, and to also score a cheap restaurant. Something very cheap. Press ourselves a little bit to be a little creative. JJ said Petaluma always had a bad feeling since Polyclass. If you haven't seen it, I did a Polyclass video. I also had a street confrontation with the owner of the house, to the extent that the police were called. I don't remember if any of you. How you doing, Christina? I don't remember if any of you remember that epic chooch I did when the woman who owned the house had bought it after Polly Class's family sold, uh, called the police on me when I was standing on the front street and doing an anniversary video of that fateful October. I think it was 1996 or 1997 or something like that. I don't know if anybody remembers seeing that. I did a whole thing, that recalling and showing the whole path, the home, everything, the window that she was taken out of, and the whole story. Richard Allen Davis, that freak, is still in the San Quentin prison down there, and to this day, I'll never forget when Richard Allen Davis was sentenced for the murder of Polly Klaas, and the judge said, "Do you have anything to say to the family or to this court?" And Richard Allen Davis turned around, turned back to the people behind and to the family, and just went like this with the double-barreled "Fu Fangola U" on that family. So yeah, she called the cops. Yeah. You can see it on the video. I just stood there and I said, I'm doing this story. It's the 10th anniversary or whatever the heck it was. I mean, it's going to be a lot of coverage. This changed the way that this changed the whole way, the whole dynamic of how kids would start to recover kids, lost and exploited children. It was the first time that fax machines were used to disseminate pictures all over the world of, I mean, there were a lot of firsts that were involved in that. So, But you are correct. Hello, Hidden. So yeah, I agree, Susie. I don't like my tax dollars supporting this BS too, because it's a never-ending cycle, and it costs something like, I don't know, $1 million a year with all legal fees and things to support somebody on death row, and certainly a very heinous and despicable individual. So it is what it is. I'm not sure. Did he put something in the oven? Did you put something in the oven? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So we might go down there. I might go down there again and see the home. The first trip down I did, they had a big double deck. It was like some weird like London street bus that was blocking the front. You couldn't see anything from the street. You had to be on the sidewalk. And then the next time I went down, like a year later, the bus was gone, and you could see the home. And I guess there were looky loos that had come down and had made stories. It was big news, right? And she just came out, and her son freaked out, and her son was giving me the finger. She came out and confronted me on the street, and it was like, lady, this was you must have known when you moved to this house that it was going to be a topic of national attention. And she got real nasty with me, and I said, I'm going to call the cops. And the cops ended up coming, and I told the cop I'm doing a YouTube story here and a live stream, and the cop just said, yeah, just do what you need to do, and yeah, get what you need, and then head out. And he went over and talked to her and told her be cool and put your son in the house because he's being a dick. And I got what I needed, and I left, and then the cop left. He's twice in his life he had a guest stay in his home for an extended. Both times it ended in disaster. Oh no, Maggie. Uh, 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 uh. Uh, yeah, that's it. When that headliner material got wrapped around that drill bit, he went from an initial, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, Marshall, I thought that because the material's coming down over the side where we're putting up the panels, and the panel didn't exactly fit correctly. And it looks good, but I had to drill a new hole in it. And I thought that the material was all clear that was hanging down. And I drilled, and that drill bit caught that material and swirled that within 1/4 of 1 second. It had pulled a big chunk at its side. And he looked he looked up. He's like, I told you that was going to happen. When you do that, when you're using, hey Liberty, how you doing? When you're using the drill, and I thought to myself, okay, well, I said at first, well, you got a project to do back in Chicago, and then I started thinking, is this really the way I want this van to look when it's done? Because I'm not buying the material. This is just a straight piece of flat wood panel. And okay, you get the material. I'll take a half hour, and I'll pop it on there and call it good and all that. So I mean, I got to be honest. Uh, yeah, horseback riding on the beach. Yeah, let's go. Don't want to pop out of this. These girls have a mind of their own. Susie, Marshall's not gonna attempt to extend his stay here. I don't know why people get that. Why people get that idea. If we went over, a week or 10 days, big deal. He's not the kind of person that's going to exert some type of. I mean, we've been friends for 5 years or whatever, and it's not. It's I know everybody's thinking it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. No, because I wasn't doing video today. I wanted to take time off because I was running the Streamlabs test in here on the Rosie McNamara channel, right? And the Streamlabs ran for 4 hours, 4.5 hours before it disconnected. Now I can't double up on Streamlabs if it's occupied with one channel. I can't run it on the other. And after going up the ladder, I determined it's probably more important to make sure that the Streamlabs is working. Okay. So I got down. I got down. I started to hang out, and I didn't do it today. Uh, oh, I don't know, Missy. He just jokes about. He's just joking. There's no chance that Marshall would. If he ever hopes to come back to the rancho and spend some time, then that's the last thing. He better have a long vision for the future. Oh, thank you, Liberty. Nice to see you too. No problem, Susie. I'm blocked on. Okay, Liberty, could you just send me Gmail again? I already got one to confirm you weren't blocked on this one, and then I can go ahead and unblock on the McNamara. If anybody gets blocked on the channel, just send me a simple Gmail. I can make it like new at gmail.com. Now, I can't say, and I want to talk about the moderators here. I've not seen Oda May around. I'm not sure. I think she changed her name. I've not seen her on the chat. I did, in the short term, remove her wrench because she's not around. Okay. And as I said, I'm not replacing wrenches here. I think we've got a very good core of people. I now have Missy that's helping me out on the McNamara channel because she's able to be there in the wee hours. She's got a lot on her plate in her life, so I'm very appreciative of that. Yeah, I got that Jen, but I checked it, and I guess I checked the wrong channel, honey. I checked this one, so you know, yeah, and yeah, because there's like a huge coincidence because he was just pitching a fit. Yeah, it is, KK. I just thought my rotten luck because I want to make progress on the van. We cut out the back panel today, and I wanted to get these side vinyl molding pieces up and get them out and get them done. And it was going great. We were coming up the side from the kitchenette forward. I got the first six on, and I'm like, I get to the last three holes I punched, and it's not aligning with the screw, and I'm like, ah. Now I got to get the drill and create a screw. I got to create a hole in the sheet metal there, right? So I get the drill out. I thought I was clear of, this headliner material hangs down behind the molding. I thought I was clear of it. Went to hit the drill to drill into the sheet metal, and the next thing I knew, I looked up and there was a spot about the size of a football that had been torn off. And Marshall was standing at the driver's door, and I'm over working on the passenger side to see his face when he when he looked up. Now he hadn't put two and two together yet. When he looked up and saw that thing, the initial look of horror in his face, and I'm like, man, Marshall, this stuff is like tissue paper. It's so degraded. It's all hanging down from the thing. He's like, Rosie, you just tore my headliner. And I'm like, you think? You know? Then he put two and two together, and he saw the opportunity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it gets caught behind, but it's very fast to put the piece up. I don't care. Pup it out, glue, put the new headliner, staple around, put the sucker up. I could care less. It's a good thing I pulled it down because it was all rotten around the wood was all bad around the light that hangs down and all that. So, oh well. You do have a cool name. So I thought I thought sometimes Marshall has the best luck in the world. You know, even when we don't intend to. Yeah, I kind of thought, Susie. I was kind of thinking today the colors are a mismatch now, and the blue. You changed out the blue buttons for the white buttons, and the white buttons on the blue look very snazzy. And I thought, okay, this is pretty weak looking. So okay, it's only going to take about a half hour to staple it up and slop it up and get it back up in position. Okay, big deal. So, hey, Amy, how you doing? How you doing? I do. I know I'm so wrong. I know. I know, Mouse Toes. You know what the first thing that came into my mind was, Mouse Toes? You know the first thought that crossed my mind was how in the hell is Mouse Toes gonna react when she's gonna swear to God that I just did this thing to wrap this material around just to help out and just do a first class job on the build. And I just said, "Oh well," and just started tearing the material off of. How you doing, RV Restoration? I'm doing good. Sitting here, currently making spaghetti. All right, good for you. Well, I started my diet today. What did I have? Um, I didn't get breakfast. I was up early, about 6:30, and I had coffee. And then about 10:30, I was running around. I was shipping packages this morning, and I got back and I had like a half a cup of grape nuts. I kind of enjoy grape nut cereal. And that was about it. I had a little bit of cheese at 1 o'clock, sharp cheddar, and then I had a salad tonight and my ramen noodles. So I guess, yeah. I came in probably around 1,000 calories today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, of course, I'm adding to the adding to it. Yay, Kiwana! Woo! Mm. What's up, Cajun Cap? So I think, what do you guys think tomorrow night down in Petaluma should be a good time. I'm not begging anybody to go. If Marshall goes, it's with good spirit. I like to do some chooching on Tuesday night. It's a good night to go out, and we can run around and do some errands tomorrow and make it a light day because after tomorrow the weather just turns magnificent. Let me just confirm that the weather turns so good for the next. I do take calcium D. I take magnesium. I take vitamin C. Uh, that's what I take. Let me see something here. I just want to confirm the weather. I just confirmed tomorrow's, but let me see. Santa Rosa weather. This is like finally a dream. I hope our rainy season is over. December was so terrible. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. After tomorrow, what is it? Just sunshine every single day. Look at that. Can you believe that? Look at that. What do you got? 64, 69, 70, 70, 62, 59, 66. Just absolutely gorgeous weather. We should be able to wrap this build up real easily. Given that weather, drying things out, we should be able to have Rancho Kitchen Stadium. If anybody has any idea of anything to cook, the uh, the Cornish game hens turned out wonderfully in the roasted vegetables. So thank you, Bob Sacamano, for that. So vitamins are important. I'm gonna tell you what, Liberty. I'm gonna tell you what. I never believed supplements were of any value until I took magnesium for my leg cramps. And within 2 days of starting magnesium, my cramps had virtually disappeared. Then I was a believer of how important supplements could be. You could start a chooch camp to help us lose weight. Hut, 2, 3, 4. Let's go choochin out the door. Hut, 2, 3, 4. Shake them girlies down the street. Let's go choochin. Well, orange creamsicle cheesecake could be good. Hello, Rhonda. I'm looking for like another one pan wonder to do. I'm going to ask Marshall. Marshall,
Yeah.
is there something else that we? What other? The chicken turned out. The Cornish game hens turned out great, didn't they?
Um,
Either pull the chair over here.
over there.
Yeah, you're not even in.
But it's your show. It's not my show, right?
Okay, suit yourself.
No, I just was because I haven't done a hangout in 2 days. I've got to do a hangout
okay.
for my
All
fans
right.
too.
Okay.
I just wanted to stop in here and I know you were talking about the event.
Tomorrow night I'm going to Petaluma.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Yeah.
You're going to Petaluma.
You've never been anywhere, so it's a good chance for you to see something different.
Right.
Do a little research. Find a food place that could be a good value. Yeah.
Okay.
I was telling about the headliner when that drill bit got wrapped around.
I heard you. Yeah.
You're like, be careful with that.
No, I just wanted to ask you one thing because I haven't done a hangout in 2 days.
No, just tell me that. Just tell me it's fine. Just tell me that thought that came into your head when you immediately you were a little pissed at first and then you suddenly realized.
Well, yeah, I was pissed because you tore the headliner while you're trying to mount the trim, and then I thought to myself, you were going to tell me after that, hey, let me tell you something, brother. You've got to do this project with Mr. X Smooth Operator in Chicago. It's out of my hands. And I didn't want to get into that because, like I told you, to do the headliner, I would have to take off the aluminum curtain track. I'd have to take off the headliner. I'd have to take off the light. I'd have to take off 2 panels. It'd be a big job to do that. That I don't want to. I got to make content.
Was that when you realized your ship came in?
No, but when you said, you know what, we'll do the headliner and
I couldn't leave it go in the state that it was in. What
now,
would it say about the restoration if that raggedy thing was just? Well, look at that.
Let me just say this: that we're at the end of the van build, and so all I want to say in a nutshell is,
put 2 and 2 together.
A lot of people, you know, when they look at something, they don't look what's behind the wall.
No.
They look at what's in front of them.
Of course.
So
beauty is skin deep when it comes to building.
Right.
And restoration. It's the opposite of people.
Right.
Beauty is just sight whatever you see. That's correct.
So for someone who's saying buying a motorhome, say if I'm never going to sell a Lisa Marie. That's 100%. But say if I was going to sell it, somebody who would live in it full time or traveling, they would appreciate all the upgrades we did.
Oh yeah.
On the rig, you know, electrical and all the other stuff. But then the people who just watch, the fans, the subscribers, the followers, whatever you want to call them, the people who don't live the van life, but they just watch you doing a project, right? You know the old saying, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah.
What they see is most people are going to see, look at the job that Rosie and Elvis did, but they'll look on the outside and say, does it look good or not as far as beauty? You see what I'm saying? Finishing touches.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, and that's why I was going to come to ask you.
Well, if it was a complicated piece, I would have said, no, I'm not going to do it.
Right. Now, when I say...
Now, because it's just a flat run,
right,
I don't really care. It should take a half hour
right.
to knock
the first thing people see when they walk in the van, they see the dining room, which I'm going to give it a new name, a nickname, like I did the jungle room. Maybe I'll call it
the O'Kelly room or what?
Maybe, you know what? How about the
O'Kelly dining hall?
How about the O'Kelly factor, like the O'Reilly factor? Or you know what? Yeah, since you did it, maybe I'll call it the Rosie room.
Yeah, the Rosie room, otherwise known as the emergency rumpus room out there.
So anyway,
I'm gonna be testing that to see how that works for sleeping.
The point is that I'm trying to make is people the people that watching, the majority of the people
Yes,
that are
people
not
will judge on.
that are not doing the van life.
they're
We're saying the
not
Syrian people that I run into, the first thing they're going to see is the skin. They're going to see
right,
the outside of the van. I mean, they're
right.
going to see the outside,
Of
how I made it
course,
look, and they're going to
yes,
look at the inside,
yes.
and they're going to judge. Hey, is this nice or not as far as looks? So finishing touches are nice, like when you're talking about doing the backsplash for the kitchen and
Well, I could
things.
if I hadn't torn the headliner, even though it looked weird with the blue and then that blue together,
Right.
I would have probably not got involved.
Probably not. I'm
But it's
glad
too the it was destroyed, that
it
headliner.
was the power of my mind energy. My mind
It must have
energy
been. That's
really.
what I was thinking
I'm
because I'm
telling
so
you.
careful with the drill.
Right.
And that one, I
That
thought,
one.
hey, I'm just gonna make a new little hole
Right.
and get this screw set.
The power of my mind energy wanted it to happen, and it happened. I made it happen by hook or by crook, by mistake, by you doing a blooper. It happened. Now, I just want to say this.
I wish I had a photo of his face when he looked up
Yeah.
at that thing. He's like, man,
I just
you
want
ripped
to.
the headliner off.
Yeah, I just want to say this real quick because I haven't done a hangout
Yeah,
in 2
fine,
days. I got to
Marshall,
catch
go
up with my
ahead.
fans
Okay,
and
yep.
my followers.
Yep.
But I just want to ask you a quick question, just one question about the van build. After you've experienced the detail work on a Class B camper van, you've got experience now of how to make these vinyl panels
Right.
and finishing touches, right? I just have one question for you. Overall, just one
Yeah.
question. If you were to build another van, whether it's your van or somebody else's van, I know you won't, but say in the future,
Well,
say
you know, well, I never say never. I say I don't
Never say
intend
never.
to, and in 2 weeks I could have a Class
Right.
B camper van.
exactly. Say for example, if you were doing going to do another van build from scratch up, ground up, whether
Right.
it's a pro or you're updating a van, right?
Right.
When it comes to finishing touches on the van, and I'm talking about interior, we're talking about door panels on the van doors or wall panels, just paneling. The question is about paneling, right? If you could redo the doors, the barn doors, the side doors,
Absolutely.
the
100%.
I'm just saying.
Take that material off and put the blue vinyl on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Would you
Yes.
put any the question is if you'd made wall panels or door panels for a Class B camper van, right? Or ceiling panels,
Right.
right? What materials would you use? Would you use wood, carpet, vinyl?
I would
How would
use
you make it?
the quarter-inch ply and put the vinyl with some foam over top of it for door panels.
With the buttons.
Yep.
And just keep it simple. No
Keep
wood.
it simple.
No carpeting.
No, I would use the wood. I like the wood strips that go across.
But you'd accent that with the vinyl.
Yep. Because
the
the vinyl's not like the cloth. The vinyl you can just wipe off and it cleans, you know, the marine vinyl.
So if you were to do the
Once
door
the
panels,
cloth gets dirty,
right?
then you have to bring out the shampoo.
So if you were to do the door
shampoo.
panels, what color would you do them?
I'd use the same blue that.
Same blue?
Yeah, because you got a white headliner out there.
And that
I
would
might
give
do
it
a two-tone panel. White
maybe
on the
white
top
and blue.
on
Oh,
the
that would be
bottom.
rocking,
Yeah.
huh? So you really
Yeah.
like the vinyl.
Yes.
So, and the thing that point I'm
Especially
trying to
like
make,
marine vinyl. I don't like regular vinyl, but
the
marine
marine
is tough.
vinyl is tough,
It's like rhino hide.
right? But
And
so-
it's not that hard to work with.
right. And the point that I'm making is about this is that most of the vans in the 70s and 80s had the velour.
What's up, Smooth?
Well, most of the vans of the 70s and 80s had the velour, and then the 90s they moved into the padded vinyl, and then the 2000s they started getting into what they call ultra leather. All these newer rigs are using this fake stuff called ultra leather,
Leather. Yeah.
pleather, whatever you want to call it. It's even more durable. It's even tougher
Yeah,
than vinyl.
genuine imitation leather.
So by bringing more vinyl into the coach is bringing it into the 90s, into the mid 90s, and into the early 2000s, that era.
Yeah,
So-
hi, Julie. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm glad that I just wanted to ask that, but I've got to do
Yeah,
my.
go ahead.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
So
thought it was
you like the vinyl?
I thought it was a funny story about,
Okay.
how that thing just went.
Right.
Kind of shocked me because I was always very careful that the material was clear when I
So
went.
if you were to do the inside of your van, right, would you use vinyl for the
inside?
walls and doors? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably pack it with insulation and put up some vinyl
Okay.
on the walls. Yeah.
A lot of people are using the pine. A lot of van builds are using the pine. Pine. What do they call those tongue groove pine?
Yeah, it's very southern. I don't know.
You don't like that?
I like the more ultra modern look of a van.
What color would you make it?
I'd have a lot of stainless steel and
What
white
color would you
and
make the
black
inside?
and white.
What color would you make the doors on the inside?
I'd use a black and white scheme.
Black and white.
Hmm.
Black vinyl?
Yeah. as an accent.
What, a
with
checkerboard
white.
floor? You can
I
get the
put
garage
black.
checkerboard
I put
floor.
black buttons on white vinyl and all that.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I have one strip down each side of a black stripe.
It's
A
all about
lightning bolt
accenting,
down
yeah.
each side.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'll talk about. So I'm gonna go catch up with my
Okay.
fans, but
All right.
that's
Well,
pretty.
tomorrow night, Petaluma.
Petaluma, what time?
Leave about 4 o'clock.
4
Plenty
o'clock.
of daylight to see a lot of stuff tomorrow.
Okay.
You've never been to another town on foot.
I've never been. Okay.
Right. It's got a really cool.
Where are we gonna walk in
downtown.
Petaluma?
D Street, Kentucky Street.
I remember you went there a lot in your
it's a
van.
good time.
Weren't you there in your van one time and somebody came by your door?
Yeah.
Was it a guard?
Yeah. I've had overnighted there before.
Okay.
I've been stream sniped there multiple times. So.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So
All
it should
right,
be a good time. All right, Marshall. So
all right.
there's the deal. So we got a lot of errands to run.
got a lot of
Unfortunately, we couldn't get the other piece of the panel for the bedding out, but the bed panel was so good. The big one is laid in there. It's so well supported today. Marshall was laying back, even without the center stringer. We still
right. Just one last question, if you could ask the people, which is van related. The garage coin flooring. Do they recommend that we put? Some people are saying put double stick tape, acrylic tape, or adhesive, or just lay it down. What do people recommend? I'm just curious.
I don't know. Does anybody have any experience with the coin? I know that when you put it in the garage, you can't float the floor because you have wheels that are turning front wheel drive, and when you come in with the front wheel drive, it's going to have a tendency to pull the coin floor.
It actually says you float it. It actually says on their website you float it.
You float it on the garage floor.
Yeah,
so then I would just staple the corner and float it in.
But I just want to ask anybody out there, for the people, the masses that are watching.
You might want to replace it one day. And are you really going to get down there with the scrape all that damn adhesive off and everything?
Right. You might want to replace it with something else, right?
Exactly.
Maybe
I'm always looking at ease of
removal
and stuff like that. You're looking. How you doing, Cheryl? You're looking. I don't, Nature Woman. I do need the cowgirl boots to go with this for sure. You're thinking about forever floor.
Which is probably not a good idea because
I don't know. A coin floor is going to be durable down there. So
okay.
And you're going to be happy. The worst thing you do is like Mr. X. If you make the decisions, it's all fine and dandy. If we make them, then it comes back and bites us in the hindies. So that's good.
All right, I'm
gonna
wish everybody a good night. I'm gonna go do my hangout. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good hangout. Marshall's going live.
I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk a little bit about Kobe Bryant. Everybody's been talking about it. So, all right, guys.
I think I've got this thing fixed now, by the way, Marshall, that it doesn't...
Really?
When it wants to try to disconnect, I have the ability to try... I've set something up now within the programming that it will attempt to reconnect 20 times. It'll attempt to do that every 2 seconds.
Through Streamlabs?
Yep.
We'll test it out tomorrow when it's raining. Test it out.
Well, even if it disconnects, I've now found something. Before it would go 20 seconds before it tried to disconnect. And it would only try it one time. Now, if it drops, it's going to try 20 to 25 times to reconnect every 2 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I think it already saved one tonight when I was on here. So.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Yeah. So if anybody has any thoughts on the coin flooring. I'm a little burned out on Kobe too, but I'm appreciative of him as his talents as a point guard.
I don't think you like these selfie sticks. You might send them some of your fans.
I do like them, but I can only use one. I'm just too busy. Right? You're the one who told me to minimize my life, and I've been shipping stuff today and getting stuff out of here.
Right.
So,
right.
Okay. Isn't that the point?
Yeah. Just minimize,
Yeah. So I can only run one selfie stick at a time, man.
Right.
So.
All right. Have a good
night. All right.
Guys.
Yeah. Okay, Marshall. Yeah. I'm not sure, Lavender. It should be robust enough. Oh yeah, Mouseto says we lost a soldier today as well. Not much about that. See, that's yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah. And I also thought that too, Susie. There were 7 other people that died on that chopper too. Okay, and I just think we always tend to minimize for the, as if Take care, Craig, as if those other lives, but that's the way media works, right? The thank you, Boo Boo's baby. That's the way media works. It gets the attention, and what are you gonna do? Uh, Lois have to eat today. I don't know. The daughter, yeah, the daughter and the rest of the souls were not minimize the sign check. What about something with fish on Saturday? I'm gonna be honest. I gave away most of my remaining fish in there. I feel like something maybe Italian. If you guys get any ideas, maybe using a Italian. Maybe I'll make some red sauce, drop some penne and some Italian sausage. I think that could be pretty good. Do you want another? Yeah, I'd like to get a little bit of a larger van, mouse toes, but I got to pay off this van. It'll be paid off in October, I think. So, yeah, use the big name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Will you visit the crash site location? Well, by the time I go down there, it'll probably be clear. It'll probably be visitable. Hello, Cupcake. FAA investigations can often take up to 1 month to complete, so nobody's getting near it now. Fajitas, yeah, that would be cool. Lasagna. I want something that I can make in a pan. Bless all the people lost, and I keep all the loved ones in our prayers. Yeah. An Italian butter bean dish. Lasagna soup. I like to make something with pasta. Why would anyone want to go to the crash? Uh, let's put it this way, Rhonda. If I was in wherever the hell Patsy Cline crashed in Tennessee, I would definitely go visit the crash site down there. And I remember the terrible. I'm not going to retell it here. I told it one night on a hangout when that guy, 17-year-old guy, that was working in the general store about 5 miles from where Patsy Cline's plane went down. And he went out with the local sheriff. They were first on the scene of the crash site, and I will never forget him. And the interview's up on YouTube. Him describing Patsy Cline's body parts all over the trees, and it was really really harrowing. I can't imagine coming upon that scene of that helicopter. I couldn't do that work of that recovery work. I couldn't come across a young girl's body. I would be torn to pieces, or anybody's body, and expect to be able to deal with that without being so traumatized on that. So I hate that. Can't stand that. That's terrible. That's one reason I'll never be going up in a helicopter. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you, Jen, terrible. Yeah, yeah. This. I'm just not even going to tell you guys. It was so. This guy says he was just traumatized for life going out into that 17 years old and coming upon that crash scene and trying to make sense of how part of a body is here and part of a body's there and part of it's wedged in the crotch of a tree, and it was just like, my God, more than I needed to know. How you doing? Perfect. Yeah, yeah. Julie said Flight 93 Memorial in PA. That's Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Is next to a rest stop. Very chilling sight. It's John Benver lost his head to his. Yeah, I know, Mouse Toes. I think about that too. Yeah, it's what cops see at bad car wrecks, and just when I was taking driver's ed in the 1970s, they had this terrible series of. They wanted to scare the shit out of you in driver's ed class. They didn't care. There was no such thing as get your parents' permission to watch this video. It was the 70s, right? I mean, we were all boys school. We were swimming naked in swimming for gym class. Okay, driver's ed, they had these terrible movies from the Ohio State Police after these scenes of speeding and drunk driving and stuff. They were memorable as hell. Uh, well, she went. Well, I'm not going to tell you, Joseph. If you want to see, just look up Patsy Cline crash site interview, and you'll see it was on a TV station, and there was a woman that was interviewing this guy and talking about that horrible, horrible night. Yeah, the Hindenburg. Yeah. The Hindenburg guys needed professional help after seeing that. Yeah, I can't deal with that stuff. Can you imagine being the one that's got to go clean up and try to assemble, to be coroner and put the bodies together and all that? I mean, you got to be some kind of balls of steel to do that kind of work. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, just think what police officers and highway patrol will have to see exactly. It's traumatizing. It's very traumatizing. You remember those movies in Driver's Ed? Ohio State Police Files. If you're speeding, this could happen to you. Let's see the movie. Have the Super 8 projector. They were terrible, terrible. Yeah, you were traumatized. Yeah, they try to find every body part they do. It's all important. It's all important to the dignity of the families and the survivors. You can imagine if you couldn't recover all the body parts, and it happens, especially in wartime. Ships are torpedoed, planes go down, and just the disintegration is so utterly awful. Explosions, there's nothing left to pick up, and they still attempt to go around with forceps and pick up parts to have something to bring back. It's awful. Yeah, young children. Ooh, that's why St. Jude's is so important. When you think of those faces of children with cancer and having to endure that and be an oncologist or be a nurse and deal with that on a daily basis. I remember my mother went to college when she was 50 to study to be a neo to be an RN, and she worked in the neonatal intensive care unit. That's for the babies that are born very, very prematurely. And I remember the nights that she would come home when a child had died or something, and uh, how utterly disturbed it made her, and how upset she was about that. Yeah, major airline. What is it? White bean arugula salad. So I don't know. Dad is dead. I know, Marion, but it's just the aftermath. I know you have police experience in Baltimore and all that, but it's awful. Got my Top Frog says I got my EMT certificate. Thought about being a paramedic. A lady died when I was doing my required hospital time. It was sad. I think I would get too attached to people. I couldn't do that. Yeah, very good. Good for you, Julie. That's something to be proud of. How many planes are falling lately? Yeah. Well, it's tough. It's a tough time between this Wuhan stuff running around. Who knows how that's going to work out? The incubation period is so long. There's probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of people that are already walking loaded, infested with the germs that are going around everywhere. So I mean, it's the world. It's the world today, but we got to be out there and keep chooching, keep smiling. We got to put a smile on people's face. Be out there, yeah, getting stuff done, getting stuff done. Boy, I keep thinking about that. I keep thinking about that fucking headliner. What was for dinner tonight? Tonight I had a salad, fresh spring garden mixed salad with carrots, shredded carrots on top of it. And I had one of my ramen noodle packs. I know it's not fancy dancy, but it's a tried and true diet regimen. I don't really eat during the day at all. So, yeah, dang. Yeah, death just sucks, but it's also very liberating too, right? So, I mean, I've had a lot of shocking things lately. Yeah, laugh or cry? Yes, absolutely. Laugh or cry? I pick laughter too. Absolutely, 100%, Susie. Ramen and beer. Yeah, I'm just having one beer tonight. I drink plenty on Friday and Saturday night. So, did you put salt on your salad? Woo! Yeah, Rosie's house is a refuge of kindness. Are you into avocados? I do like an avocado once in a while. I don't need to ask Marshall to approve my salad. Chris says I made homemade cheese ravioli and pasta sauce. That's cool. That's cool. That's only good for record sales. Ramen now has no MSG. I guess I don't know. I've not been one of those people that dislikes MSG. I enjoy MSG. I had tons of it on my dishes. I had my blood pressure today. It was like 157. No, it was like 147 over 60 or something like that. I worked in medical, just pushing paperwork. Bobo's baby. Let's see. You put peanut butter in ramen. Yeah. I think I'm Cajun food. I like a good jambalaya. I thought the stuff that Marshall made was pretty good. Now, Cajun Kev says, obviously he's in Cajun country down there. I would love to taste the jambalaya that he would make. Oh, thank you, Judy. The only thing I have to say to you is that I am so proud of you. What did I do? What did I do? Tuna casserole. Yeah, but is that something? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that something I can make in a skillet? Looking for something. The trick is having that one dish skillet. Are you going to join Pinterest? I'm not really sure what it is. I'm on Instagram, Rosie.O'Kelly on Instagram, but I don't really know what Pinterest is. I mean, I've heard of it. Dollar store, right? Yeah, we do, Cheryl. We do. I think that's coming. How'd you make out today, Cupcake? I heard from Donnie today. Desert Donnie. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're down in Arizona, we can do some metal detecting. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. That sounds fun. So good stuff coming up, guys. We are close to Travel City, USA. I can't wait to get a. I've used a slow cooker before. My most preferred, because I did it for so many years overseas, was cooking with a wok. I like cooking with a wok. Oh, Golden State, it's an app with tons of recipes. That's cool. I'm not sure if Pinterest, you sell things. What the hell? Can you sell? Or is that Etsy? Etsy. Somebody said, Rosie, I'm going to send you a bikini made out of pearl on from Etsy. I'm like, that might not be the most comfortable. The most. I said that's really sweet. You know, I said don't keep your money in your pocket. I love you. Iron shot. Oh, phosphorus is up. Okay, okay. So save all your favorite things. Okay, you take any struggle that you have and make it something good. That's the best quality that somebody could acquire. Well, thank you, Judy. You know, in a place like YouTube, and I'm having a hard hitting Q&A tomorrow morning. I took 5 questions that I've been asked a hell of a lot. Everything from the Mustang Ranch thing to my thoughts on some other things. 5 very tough questions that I tackled that have been asked a ton over the last 6. I haven't done a Q&A. I haven't done one on my Rosie's monthly mail call in probably 6 months. So what I did just in the interim here till I get that started again is hit five pretty tough questions to give my thoughts on that. tomorrow. You're not Pinterested. I guess not. If you did earthquake, you'd pop. Oh my God! Anal beadish pearl bikini. I don't know. It's just there's just a limit, you know. There is just a limit. Golden State. I love hearing about your mom and your life. Well, I'll tell you what, Judy. My mom was 4 feet 11, and she took care of a house of 11. All right, and she wasn't any kind of a cook, but she was a great mom, and I remember holding her hand when she drew her last breath. Unfortunately, she had ovarian cancer detected in September of '99, and she was gone by April of 2000. Wasn't a cancer that killed her; it was the chemotherapy had killed her. But she was a live wire. She was kind of like me, but on a much smaller scale. She had a really big mouth. She was very feisty, and she'd slap the hell out of you. Can I have the name of your plastic surgeon? Well, people have been asking about cat, you know, and some other things. How do I fit into that situation? So I'm tackling all those questions head on tomorrow. It's about 14 minutes long, I think. So sometimes I just get tired trying to answer people individually in Gmails and things. Just take the time to put some things out there. Just one and done on that. Yeah, there's my Instagram there. Thank you, Jen. Jen, I got to rework all of my Nightbot on here too. Yeah. So yeah, I miss her a lot. I can. It's funny. I can still hear my mother. I can still hear my mother. Her laughter. And I remember. How you doing, Donna? I remember she was a concert pianist. She studied at Peabody Institute in Maryland, and she played professionally. And it was often the only support for the family. I remember laying under, she had a baby grand piano, and I remember laying underneath of that and watching her work the pedals when she was playing piano. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, there you go, Dave. Mr. Sniffles. No, you're not banned. Welcome in. Yeah, happy, happy, happy. Nice to see you, happy. People really care. Yeah, there's nothing so stupid as the Mustang. It's the desperation for content thing. You know, if you don't have anything to talk about in your life, talk about somebody else's life. But it is what it is. It's okay. You know, it's a free country. But my bottom line, I could have answered that. What happened at the Mustang Ranch was not a fucking thing. We didn't. The guys, I said, "Can I come in? Can I make a U-turn to just leave?" The guy's like, "No, back up." I, I never even got on the property. uh, oh boy, I just called to say I love. Mr. Sniffles has been around for since 2015 or longer. So, you know, it's all cool. You know, I don't have to think about what I make original content every day. I don't have to sit and think about what am I going to talk about tomorrow and all that. Let's see. Judy said my mom played piano, bass, and organ by ear, was the best ever in my opinion. That's cool. That's the way some of you guys have heard me. I don't know, Catherine. I never got onto the property. I only saw the from the guard gate. I only saw the building, and ladies were walking down the hill and talking to the guards there. I never saw anything inside. Uh, you guys have heard me play piano before. I'm just a strictly by ear piano player, so yeah, I was, you know, like I said, Laura, I wasn't in my best mind when I was kind of pissed off that the lady, you know, that they were so summarily dismissive. But on reflection, I thought I was just overreacting to the circumstance of number one. As I address tomorrow, I'll let you guys hear tomorrow as I address on there. I'd had it up to here with brothels and prostitutes, and the only thing I wanted to do on my trip. Blah, blah, blah. uh, no, you can't move. People love my belly, Mr. Sniffles. Don't you know that? Huh? You gonna see anything better, Mr. Sniffles? I don't think so. The word of 2020 is robust. Okay? That's the word of 2020. That's it. Uh, God, I hope they didn't smell the garlic bomb in the rig. I don't know. Well, I hope everything turns out good. Turns out good, Duty. Uh, um, Judy, yeah, playing by ear. That's right, Hop Frog. Yeah, yeah. I don't think about it either, Mouse Toes. I never had to think about it in my life, and like I said, I'd had it up to about here, hearing about it. The most disappointing day in my life. Oh, poor baby, She's cried me a river. Oh, thank you, Boo Boo's baby. Uh, yours. Yeah, I got a lot of hot frog to catch up. I've been so busy. Guys, I'm running on an hour and 20 minutes here, and I'm still connected on Streamlabs. It was, what sucked? The first 10 minutes I was on tonight, and it was like, oh, I looked down and the red things were on. I'm like, oh, I'm off the air. But then Streamlabs managed to reconnect. Yay for me. So I was so very happy. He's having his own hangout. He hasn't gone live in a couple days. No, Mr. Sniffles, nobody's belly is ever as big as yours. Mr. Sniffles, back in 2015, made a video walking across by his patio door in Texas, and he was literally as you think Marshall. He was about literally. This guy was about 50% larger than Marshall, Galactic Citizen. Woo! And you talk his shirt didn't his belly was hanging out like Alfred Hitchcock. His shirt only came down about 7 inches above his waist. Touche. Yeah, he looked like it looked like he was carrying triplets in there. I play the piano, strict play, and the guitar, and also sing by ear. I've never had one lesson except for my. I took lessons on the clarinet. I took some guitar lessons. I can still pick up the clarinet and play that. The guitar, it's easy to play a guitar. Fiddling around a bit on the banjo, but I always wanted to take piano. I really enjoyed. Yeah, it was huge, wasn't it, Mouse Toes? It was huge, huge. Can a person go to Mustang? Yeah, I think they can, Mouse Toes. That's what I was interested in seeing. Mouse Toes loves Tom Jones. The Mustang Ranch has a dining room that they're trying to build up a reputation, which might be pretty decent considering how bad the food scene is in Reno. They might do okay with that, but it's totally separate from the. It's through a totally separate door of the rest of the facility. So people do stop there to dine. So let's see, and I hope you reach. No, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, Judy. Thank you, but thank you, honey. 100,000 subs. I doubt if that'll. Joe Smith. Yeah, nice to see. Nice to see Happy Meal back again. I missed his psychotic ways. Yeah, I mean, you know me, guys. When I'm rolling, I like to take you guys everywhere I go. And whether whatever the hell it was, the net result was we were turned away. End of story. That's it. So it didn't matter to me one way or the other. Feliz Navidad. Do do do. Yeah, please put just put Petaluma in my search box. Chooching Petaluma. You can put it in the search box on the Rosie O'Kelly channel or the Rosie Murphy channel, and you'll find some pretty epic chooches down there. The poly class one, showing the posters, the search posters, reliving the whole incident. I don't know, Mr. Sniffles. Compared to your fat gut, I think I probably look pretty good. Just saying, if you want to go there. Yeah, old day. He was old school galactic citizen David, who shall be unnamed. His last name, Pride of West Texas down there. So one of the knuckleheads that made 2015 so enjoyable. Green doors. Holy moly. Uh, Amy, let's see, how much do you think Marshall would pay to get into the Mustang Ranch? Uh, that's a good question. How much do you think Marshall would have paid to get in? I wouldn't have paid a thin dime. Okay, maybe if it was a tour. Oh, I'll take that back. If I had a chance to tour the Mustang Ranch and maybe a girl that wasn't dressed like in a baby doll nightie, okay, maybe she was dressed in like nice, a nice outfit, nice semi-conservative outfit, or maybe even a mini skirt or something. If she said it's $5, you get a tour. See, I think they're missing a lot of opportunity to make some money, right? 5, $10 to go on a tour, and with the tour, you get to have maybe get a coupon for one drink or something like that. You got to be over 21 years of age. Yeah, I'd probably pay $20 for a tour if it included a drink or a beer at the end of it. I think that'd be cool. Good night, Judy. Uh, nice happy hour menu. Everyday peak, food specials, cheeseburgers. That's pretty good prices. That's pretty good prices. Of course, I'll never know. Mr. Sniffles is an old line troll named Happy Meal. Also, uh, he's got a couple other troll names. You know, in the past, the physical. Yeah, I think we just came in looking low, 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 low. But who in the hell care? I don't care enough to get the reason when they tell you it's time to go, it's more interesting for somebody else than it was for me. So that's for darn sure. Just not that fascinating to me. But you could certainly understand by that point in the trip that I'd had it up to here with how how I had ruined the best day of his life. That's what I do. I do that in Mexico. I do that in Mexicali. I do that in Tijuana. I'm the ultimate cock blocker for everybody down there, right? Hi, Seattle Judy. How are you? Yeah, I used to be a ward, but I didn't charge you. Was there door? I have no idea, Susie. I never got. We never broke the plane of the property line. We got up to the gatehouse, the guard shack, and the guards came out to us about 5 feet towards us where we stopped. And initially everything was all cool, and then they came back down the hill, and then it was like a no-go. So we never went onto the property. You could hear the whole thing live, just turned around and went on our way again. So I don't know. I don't know, Liberty. I don't even want to think about it. I just didn't have that. I had like zero interest in that. Zero. Yeah, Rosie of Doom. I just thought to myself, if something happens, it'll be great content. I'm gonna keep rolling right up to the gate. which I did, because that's what I do on YouTube. I keep rolling. I bring you guys along with me. Okay, that's what I do. Oh, once in a while you got to sit the camera down, put the camera down. Never, man. I never put the camera down. Whatever happens, happens. And of course, it ended up being the most talked about event of the week. Yeah, cat house on Nature Good. Yeah, so it's pretty funny. Judy, just do the best. You don't owe me anything, honey. I know you would want to talk before something urgent. I don't give out my number on YouTube. There's just too many. Ask anybody; they'll give it to you. I have, you know, 100 troll calls a day, but I try not to get too deep into, But I do wish you all the best, honey, and I think that things go well. Hope that things go well for you. Uh, Well, that's what I'm saying, Julie. It's like to me, I've said it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Where's the sport in it? Where's the sense of mental accomplishment that you did something? Like in college, I would always have the thinking like I'd go to a dance or something like that. And I didn't necessarily think I'm going to try to find a girl to bang tonight. My first priority was finding a girl that would dance. Okay, that was number one because I discovered early on that very few guys in college like to dance, and a lot of girls do like to dance. So I said to myself, if I can dance, if I can learn to dance a little bit, then I have a good chance of talking to more girls per night. It turned out to be an expert analysis of the situation because I would ask girls, very few girls were being asked to dance. They're dancing with other girls, and they were very flattered when I would ask them to dance. And inevitably, I would have a lot of friends, occasionally a girlfriend, and it worked out. It would work. It worked out. It worked out very, very, very well. Mr. Sniffles, it's time for you to hit the door. This is not 2015. So you can go back to Aaron and Tribe, have yourself a wonderful one. I don't have time for his nonsense. There we go. But for me, unless you can, yeah, the dance place in Reno was cool. I love that salsa dance. I would have loved a chance to do some salsa dancing. What a great place to meet a quality woman. You know what I'm saying? Not that I don't look down on women that do what they do. What I'm just saying is, where's this? Where's the feel good factor of just paying money for something like that, right? I mean, don't you want to feel like you won on your own merits that you didn't have to reach into your pocket and do that? The last dance I did was called the mashed potato. That's funny. That's good. Yeah, but that was what I really that's what I really discovered was that how many women enjoyed dancing. Yeah, I don't have time for Mr. Sniffles and all of his nonsense these days. My years are few remaining. I want to make the most of them. So it's an old story, but that's so. Make sure you check out tomorrow's. I'm hitting five questions straight on there for tomorrow. Coming up to an hour. What time is it, guys? I think I'm going to call it. I'm really excited tonight that the internet hung in here for me. So tomorrow we got some good choochin to do tomorrow night in Petaluma. It looks like the weather's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure that you are subscribed. I'm not sure if it's going to be on Rosie O'Kelly or Rosie Murphy. Make sure you are subbed up for a lot of fun. It'll probably be a good 4 hours of chooching, including dinner. So tonight, thank you very much, Susie. Wonderful to see you, baby doll. And thank you, everybody, Mouse Toes, for forgiving the mission creep and all that. So you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you on the morrow. I did get encouragement from you. Thank you, Joe Smith. You know I love you. Okay, take care, everybody.